Game time! Oh yeah!
This episode is sponsored in part by PTZ Optics. Why hire a camera operator when the control is in your hands? Visit ptzoptics.com for more information. And by NewTek, makers of the TriCaster TC1. Stun your viewers, not your accountant. Visit newtek.com for more information.
Hey guys, we are back. We are back on our way to Pittsburgh. Yes, we just got back from Cleveland. Now we're going to Pittsburgh. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But let's say hello to the Wild Man. No, I'm just kidding. Mr. Bill, what's going on,
I'm
buddy?
here. Woo-hoo.
You're
Yes,
here.
Glad to be back.
Bill has found his niche in his breaking news.
That's not me. That's Will.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. Will, people in Cleveland, they were laughing. They were standing there watching. I think you had the Dumb and Dumber guys in the last one, right?
It was
Zoolander.
Zoolander.
Okay, you had them in there, and they were sitting there cracking up. So it was great to have that there. Also, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I hear he's back again this week with more breaking news. So
awesome. I can't wait. Well, also we got making his first time appearance here. We got KC. What's going on?
What's going on, man? Shout out to the Game Time crew. Thank you guys for the red carpet rollout, man. Look at all this tech stuff. I ain't used to this kind of stuff, so if I'm smiling, man, I'm like, this ain't StreamYard. What we using? I'm happy to be here, y'all.
It's great to have you here, and I know Mr. Mensa, he wanted to join in. We'll have to get him next time because of I don't know. Moat may be joining. I know he's doing a show right now, so I guess there was some news today, which Bill will cover a little later on. But we do have a guest of honor. And he's the man, the myth, and the legend behind the Pittsburgh Gaming Expo. What's going on, Brian Wiz?
Guest of honor.
Guest of honor.
Man, you're too generous, Steve. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here tonight, guys. I really like the opportunity to share what we got going on and hopefully build some hype around the show because it's something really special here in Pittsburgh. So thank you for the opportunity. It's great.
I'm looking forward to it, man, because you got all those NES games behind you. That's what's on my list. That's on my list.
Yep.
You guys can salivate over this. Look at the background Brian's got there. He's man.
All organized, not mine's in.
Jeez.
You know those bins? I got mine dumped in bins. He's got it all on a bookshelf.
We got we got a lot to look forward to coming here to Pittsburgh. And, I will be broadcasting live. Brian's been gracious, invited me out as a guest. We're going to set up and do live. I believe I'm going to be by John Riggs and Mr. Right Way. So we'll get them on camera, get them on video. So you guys will be able to
Mr. Right Way.
Be able to talk, interact, and maybe Brian will be able to grab you in the craziness of it, pull you into the booth, hit you with a club.
Might be able to. That's usually what happens. I just get snatched here and there. That's why I always wear my signature Pac-Man blazer so that I can be spotted in the crowd easily because I'm all over the place. I don't even try to look at my pedometer because it just make me cry probably at the end of the day.
So for those that don't know, like we came off of Cleveland. We'll talk about Cleveland a little bit, but tell everybody about the Pittsburgh Gaming Expo. If they're thinking about going, what can they expect? Give us the lowdown. I'll pull up the website, but give us the lowdown.
So if you've never been to Pittsburgh Gaming Expo before, what you've got in store for you is a weekend absolutely packed with great opportunities to hunt down games, find new games, discover a new hobby, perhaps take your family, your kids to an arcade of over 100 arcade and pinball machines, a console lounge. If you're into tabletop gaming or board gaming, we've got a free play area with scheduled games. 26 dedicated tables for tabletop RPGs, probably overall 50 plus tables for just free play area in general. We have a board game library of 600 titles that at no additional cost. You walk in, you check out a board game that you want to play, and you enjoy that game. A vendor hall. We expanded the vendor hall this year. I mean, if you've ever been to a previous PGX in 2021, 2022, there's no comparison to what you're going to see when you get there this year. In the past, it was only the South Hall. We've grown the show to the entire venue this year because the strength of the community has been so phenomenal. So, yeah, Steve, if you show the folks there that we're panel room 2 and 1 and main stage and pack and console lounge, that was the entire PGX for 2021 and 2022. And this year we've expanded the show to the entire venue, really allowing us to bring some very high quality vendors to the show this year. Cartridges Galore is on board with us. Game Masters Pittsburgh's on hand, providing the board game library, Drawbridge Games. We have some massive eye candy in the venue this year that we never had space for before. And I'm hoping that it's something that people that come to that are from Pittsburgh that come to this show can be proud of, and that people that aren't from here can find a reason to travel for, be it a variety of vendors or the array of featured guests that we have, like John Riggs, you mentioned, Stephen Wright, yourself, Tim Kitzrow, and even
boom shakalaka.
I thought that was him, actually. I'm like, wait a minute, is he backstage?
Listen, I've been working on that. I was doing that to him every time I walked by at the convention last time. I was going to the bathroom. I'd look at him. I'd go,
Where's he at?
boom shakalaka.
But yeah, we have live music. We have a bunch of bands scheduled. Knights of the Round, Gunder Slam. Essenger is going to be in the house. Psycho Stick's going to be there. And the show hours run. We did shorten them this year a little bit. Last year they started at 10 last year. We're going to start at 11 this year, but we're going to go till midnight on Saturday.
Okay, all right.
So we'll go till midnight on Saturday, and then Sunday we start all over again at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. and go till 5.
But you know what? That's cool, Brian, because like you and I were talking, like he's not going to keep us chained to the booth for 12 hours and give us our meals in a bowl. Like he's like, yo, just be there for
your supper.
But no, it's cool though, because he's doing it for 8 hours. A lot of people leave to get some dinner, maybe come back. Brian, you're giving us the opportunity then also to walk the floor. Like if we want to for like an hour, then go back to the hotel room and just chill, and then come back maybe later. Or I think that's really cool that to have that ability. And there's another ability that's in the chat, and it's not this ability, but it is a super chat. So let's pull that up here. We had a super chat here from Jason, I believe. Jason, he says, is Casey?
Kevin Clausen.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm sorry, I saw Jason there. He said, cool to have Casey on. Is he going to be a regular? Casey, are you going to be a regular?
Hey, you know what? Me and Steve and company been talking. You might be seeing some more KC on here. So tune in, find out.
Awesome. So
you gotta watch.
One of the things, Brian, you did that was very, very generous is that you put out there a 10% off coupon, Tech Buzz 2023. If anybody is going to the convention, you haven't gotten your tickets yet, I don't know what you're waiting for, you can use that promo code and get 10% off.
Yeah, and that's actually off of our already discounted price. So we run our discounted badges until the show starts. So right now, a weekend badge for the show is $35. You add that on, you get another 10% off $35.
Wow.
And kids 12 and under get into the show for free.
That's neat.
Nice. So you can get a family of 6 into PGX for the whole weekend, even before that discount code, for $70. So
that's a good price.
I
got 3 kids falling in that category, so yeah, that will work. That will work right in my favor.
Well, you know, honestly, man, Dom, that was my theory with this thing. You know, everything has gone up in price. You know,
oh yeah,
and you know, we raised our prices this year over what we were last year. We had to, but I also raised the age of admission for free admission for kids too, because honestly, it was 10. I'm like, I have 3 kids myself. If my kid aged out of something that they really enjoy doing, it could mean the difference between going to that thing or not going to that thing. So we raised the age to 12, and, you know, hopefully that allows some more people to get to do something with a weekend with their family where they may not be able to. You know, we feel strongly about that.
Awesome.
Nice.
Let me do this right quick. We also we don't have Moot joining, but we do have Mr. Mensa joining us. What's going on?
What's up, man?
Hey.
How you guys doing?
Hey, what's going on?
I heard Mr. Mensa is a double drag. I mean, I said double drag, a Dungeons and Dragons player. So we're going to talk about that later.
So we have let me see here. Let me pull this back up. There we go. So now we got the crew. So there's going to be tons and tons of things to do. And what do you think, Brian, your audience is going to think? Those that came last year, now they come to this massive 4 times the size that it was last year. What are they going to say? I mean, a lot of people in the chat room, they're like, Mr. Eightway is going to be there. That's awesome. Yeah, he's a really good dude. Known him for almost 15 years. Great guy.
Wow.
Yeah. I've known Right Way for a long time. I used to produce his shows when it was the Right Way to Photograph, when we did his photography show. And him and I did you can look this up on Vimeo. Him and I did one that was called iFanboys for when both of us were doing tech. And we talked all Apple stuff. So that was quite some time. If you wanna get really fanboyish, that's an old show to watch. So yeah, he's been good, and Riggs and all those guys, really good time with that. So Brian, what's the main attraction here? Like, if people are coming in and you want them to get hyped up, like what is the thing to see? Like, you have to hit this before the lines get bigger. What would you say to somebody going?
That's the awesome thing about this show is I feel like there's because it's such a diverse show and it's not really just a video game show. There really is a lot for everyone. It could be, I've got to get to that arcade and try the Stern lineup, because Stern's going to be there with 4 of the brand new Venom pins.
Nice.
There's the whole lineup on the pinball end of things just blows me away. Pinball it's one of those things where it's like you can emulate it, sure, with a V pin. I've got one sitting over there because I don't have space for a real one. There's nothing like stepping up to an actual pinball and playing the genuine article. And same thing with tabletop gaming. Like, some of these board games can't be replicated any other way. And playing a session with people, maybe you can't find a game locally, but you can come to PGX, you can sit down with actual people and play a game with, any of our volunteer game masters. There's just so much. Honestly, I think people who've come to the show before, I think they're going to be blown away because just the scale and how much more we've packed in. Every time we grow the show, somebody who knows us tells us there's no way you're going to do it again. There's no way you're going to fill that space. And we keep on doing it. And here we are. You've seen the map. That's the entire Monroeville Convention Center. There's nothing like artificially, piped and draped off to make the space smaller. It is every inch of square foot in that building is now allocated to some element of the show in a larger way. It's all the things that we've done, but with more space to breathe, more space to engage with it. And I think that's the attraction, right? Is that the show has grown. And now it's to the point where I can start to bring in gentlemen like John Riggs and Tim Kitzrow. And we want to keep doing that. And we're bringing in Essinger and Psycho Stick. And the caliber of who's coming into the show and the exhibitors that are coming into the show is building and building. So yeah, I don't know that I could tell you any one single thing, because everything is just such a great piece of this show.
And you're doing real tattoos. I see there's like a tattoo parlor there for people.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is the first. Wait. This is the first I've seen this. Like Like, let me see
And
here.
Dominique Darko, she's been with us. She's one of the artists. She just announced today her books are completely full for the show. So Dark Hollow's tattoo.
What does that mean? That means she's not doing any other tattoos at the show, just what she has scheduled?
Unless there's a cancellation, a lot of these artists will try to fill books for the show. They won't.
Wow.
Like some of them will do flash, where somebody can just walk up. I had somebody come up to me last year, a friend of mine, say, pick my tattoo and where I'm getting it. I'm like, that's a little too personal.
Ryan's like, bend over.
Yeah, I'll pick the tattoo, but I'm not picking where it's going. But yeah, so my partner, Colt Damaso, he's big in like the music scene. That's kind of where that element comes from, is the music and the tattoo element of the show. And 2 years ago, we had, I think, four artists that were there. And it was cool. And they were working the whole time. All you could hear when you were on that side of the building, you could just hear the tattoo guns buzzing. We have 9 separate studios represented this year. That's not necessarily 9 artists. That's just separate studios.
Wow.
And they all just pump out amazing art the entire weekend. So yeah, it's not something to sleep on. It's not my cup of tea in particular, but people love it. So
if I wanted a Mario tattoo, I could just walk up to them at the show and get myself a Mario tattoo. They're not. So maybe I'm misunderstanding. They're not booked. Like I could go right up and.
Some are.
Oh, some are.
Some try to keep it open so that they can do flash, or they'll bring another artist with them into their space, and that artist can do flash. And they'll even pull curtains across. I've seen them pull a curtain across for privacy. So, yeah, so that's definitely part of the show where you'd want to show up early. And maybe I would even advise buy your badge early so you can pick up your badge on Friday evening.
Maybe sit there and get
4 and 7.
Yep.
And then show up on Saturday and just walk right in.
That's almost what you have to do. And there's a super chat in here from Kevin Clausen, and he's like, $3 from Kevin. He says, can you give $1.50 to Casey and $1.50 to Messiah? That must be an inside joke because that's very, 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 very specific. I totally missed that, but that's cool. It's all good.
Hey, you know what? You know what I like about these conventions is it's giving life to a lot of these artists, a lot of these game developers who probably without conventions and social media, they might have fallen into obscurity. Not to try to be mean, but a lot of people wouldn't know about them. So this is kind of birthing new life into a lot of these individuals.
And it really has. I mean, we have indie developers at the show for video games and for tabletop games. Pittsburgh's actually a bit of a hotbed for tabletop game developers. And it's awesome to give them a platform to share their game in real time with their community that's going to be consuming their product. We have Wickwin Games. They're bringing a game that they've been working on for years, called Pittsburgh 86. I always screw up the numbers on it, but it's Pittsburgh 86, I believe, is the numbers. And the whole idea is that it's a zombie game. And the convention is right next door to the Monroeville Mall, which was the site for one of the most famous zombie movies of all time. So it's great in that regard. It's kind of like a reinforcing loop that, you know, these artists get to show their work to communities in person and not necessarily just go to Kickstarter with it and hope that people back it, but get to see it in person, you know. And not everybody can afford to go to the massive cons.
Right.
Yeah. I'm one of those people, but we will do everything we can to make it available for you locally if the show is, you know, attractive to these developers. And that only happens when a show is strongly supported by the attendees that want to see what the show, you know, has to offer. So, yeah, it's very cool in that regard.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mensa? What do you think? Do you think this is a good con? What do you think?
Oh, you able to hear me? Sorry about that.
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
Good. Yeah, I appreciate everything that's going down. I know where I'm from is a very small area, and to be able to have a platform for these folks and these developers, you're doing a good service to everybody. Those type of platforms aren't really known to a lot of folks, and then the folks that do have the joy of finding this, it's a great community. I know when I was in the service, I had joined it, and these it's a good thing. I don't have much to say other than that.
What do you think, Bill?
Yeah, it's funny because I've been saying for a while, I'm actually getting ready. I got a couple of weeks till New York Comic Con comes up that I'll be going to, and that is just saying that's a massive con. That's a couple 100,000 people running through the Javits Center in New York City for a weekend, and it's crazy. And I love going every year, but I think in some respects I like the smaller cons more because they are more intimate. Because you can get to look at things without having to fight through crowds. You can meet people. You can get a chance to talk to people, talk to guests a little easier. So yeah, these smaller cons are great. I love going to them.
So it looks like there's a few people even in the chat room that were saying, I know the bad guy, Mike Worley, he'll be there. He's actually going to jump on the panel with me in there when he gets down there. He's from the Pittsburgh area. He's like 20 minutes away. And supposedly Carl O's going to be coming. We'll see.
Carl O. Oh, what?
We'll see. We'll see if he ends up showing up. He says he's only 5 minutes from there. Yeah, there. Now you have to come. Get on a plane, Mensa. He's like, yeah, maybe I will.
Pull up.
Let me see here. Might be the Galaxy. So I don't know how many of you guys are close enough to Pittsburgh that you would drive in to go to this convention, because this is my first time ever being there. I've not been there. I've been to other shows at the Monroeville Convention Center, but I've not been to this show. And I'm very curious because I've heard good things from other vendors, and those are guys that sell games there. They're like, this is like our number one show of the year when we're selling games. So I'm looking forward to it because, of course, we talked about Brian's collection behind him. I am in the process of trying to complete the whole North American set, and I do have pickups from Cleveland that I'm going to do in a video separately. But Brian, I think this is awesome. Like, I am stoked. I know I'm going to be there early Friday setting up, and I can't wait to get things up and running and show everybody what's going on out there, because I think people enjoyed the coverage that we did, having people jump in the booth and get on the mic, whether they're cosplayers, whether they're board gamers, whatever, and just talking about what they're doing. People loved it.
Yeah, and that's a huge help too, because like a show of our scale, advertising is not something we have a huge budget for. Like, I'll drive around and there's some larger conventions here, and you'll see billboards on the turnpike for them hours away from the city.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first year we've got billboards, and I've got 3 billboards all inside, like relatively inside the city, limits. So, word of mouth, helping spread it, people talking about it who've been to the show before, that's huge, because that's advertising that we don't necessarily have a budget for, but that happens organically. So all of us here on this end of it, we deeply appreciate it. And it's very humbling when we hear that, oh, I went to this big convention and a bunch of people were chatting about PGX. Whereas like going to that convention is probably on my bucket list, but my show's gotten there before I have.
Well, and so here's the thing, like with these conventions, it's like anything, right? Like we as content creators and even people, collectors, we want to try to get to as many conventions as we possibly can that are local. So for us, it's not about this one's better than this one and this one's better. It's like, what's the experience that we can take away from each convention? Like, right. I mean, Brian, you might have a different experience than what we had in Cleveland, and that's cool. I mean, I think for us and even the viewers and anybody else, I think that's awesome. If you're there, man, you could always jump in. We got tons of room, man. So just go ahead and jump in. I see Back Alley 7-Eleven is in the chat room there, so we could definitely get you back. We could get you on. It's a big show tonight.
Oh, no, he's rebranded. It's now the Back Alley 707. Just so you know.
Back Alley 707. Wait.
Yeah,
well, did I miss something? What happened that he rebranded?
No, that was a mistake. Michael B accidentally called it the Back Alley 707.
He said 707.
Yes, he did.
Oh, okay. All right. So am I supposed to say Back Alley 707 or is it 7-Eleven?
No, it's still 7-Eleven.
Oh, well, no, you're messing with me now. Okay.
You couldn't say Timmy's.
Nah, I'm messing more with Moat on that one, but hopefully he'll come in and join us. Come on, Moat, join us.
So we got I called Brian this morning because I needed some. Actually, you called me, I think, first, right? Did you call me first?
It's a blur. We're 4 days out from the show.
I know I called you the other day, and I was like, I need to know about this, and then you're like, yeah, and we got it all squared away. Everything's dialed in. But listen, it doesn't matter what convention you go to this year. I hope you guys come here because I would love to meet. I met I signed so many autographs, took so many pictures with people, and I'm not saying that to be like pat myself on the back. What it reminded me of is why I do this, right? Like, there's sometimes I do this content and I go, why the heck am I doing this? Like, but to meet the people, you guys aren't just names. And well, I mean, there's other reasons to do it. Like I went and I picked this up. Now Brian was being trying to get us all hot and bothered. But this is complete in box. This is Super Mario All-Stars for the Super Famicom. Complete in box. This is one of the things that I picked up there. So Brian, I need to pick more of this stuff up at your convention. This stuff is awesome.
We actually have one vendor who I'm almost certain, like I said, it's all a blur right now. And I've been looking at so much vendor stuff. There is one vendor who I believe came in towards like the end of like vendors like closing before it was about the time when we were about to shift the floor around again to see how we could make more space. And all they specialize in is import stuff.
Wow.
And their pictures of their tables were awesome because it was all stuff like you just had like this, all Famicom boxes, just like stacks of them. And it like when I saw that, I'm like, oh yeah, I want you at PGX.
Yeah.
Because just even if not that I don't want people to buy, obviously buy, but just the experience of standing next to a table with that many boxed Famicom games in one place. How often are you going to get an opportunity to do that?
And they made me a heck of a deal on it. What I paid $15 for this complete in box.
$15
in the plastic, and it's a super.
That's amazing.
So they were really cool about it, and they hooked me up with that. So I was pretty excited. That's why I love going to cons. I love getting that kind of stuff. I'm not a really big collector when it comes to like the Famicom or any kind of imports. I do have one, a Super Famicom, but I'm not really a huge collector. But how do you turn something like that down? How do you turn a minty?
No, it has to go home with you.
It's out there calling out to me.
That's not, you don't walk away from that.
Steps was like, how did you have time, to do this?
3 steps.
Yeah.
So yeah, I shut down the live stream at noon on Saturday. On Sunday, and I walked around. Well, I attempted to walk around. I ended up saying goodbye to other content creators and talking. So I literally, till that was all done, I had like an hour to walk around. Then I came back and started tearing down the booth. But I wanted to show you guys this if you didn't. And Toxin was awesome. He shot this video. And Toxin, I hope you don't mind. I borrowed 12 seconds of your video to show kind of like when we were doing the announcement for New Wave Toys. Toxin shot a nice video. I'll show that here in a little bit. But take a look at the booth setup. This is what you guys can expect from Pittsburgh. It's going to be awesome. All right, we're at CGC here, and this is my booth here at booth 251. You can see we've got the TVs running here. We've got the PTZ Optics 20X here, and we've got the Studio Pro here as my main camera. and we've got another 20X. And then we've got some nice LumiCube lights. We've got 4 of them through here to light us up right here. Got a TV here, and then thanks to Heil Sound and all of our sponsors, we've got some really nice mics here for the panel that we're going to do, and I'm going to be in the middle with everything. Got everything set up. Don't mind the Coke bottle. And then really cool. Got banners up. And then on this side here, this is the main stage. This is where everything else is going to happen. We've got the 4K moves right here from PTZ Optics. I wanted to bring the Move 4Ks back here to have them auto track everything that's going on up here at the stage. So we have that all going. And then here's the portable rig. We've got everything here. TriCaster 460. My crew here got it all set it up. We got a multi-view. There's the TriCaster interface. My son and a friend of mine been running this here, and so we were able to get everything going here. And then what we're doing is we're actually receiving the audio from my laptop over there, and then hard-lined in SDI, just because of network potentials. But all the cameras are PoE and running NDI into it. And then what we're doing is we're sending a signal from here over SDI all the way over to his setup, so that way he can then put it out onto the major boards up here in the TVs. And then he's taking an SDI signal from his switcher, and we're running it all the way back into one of the inputs here in the TriCaster. And as you can see, we've got that there on input 8. So it's really cool. We've got a really nice setup here, real nice booth, real nice area. I can't complain. So that's our setup in a nutshell.
Something like this.
Yeah, so we're all laughing. Go ahead. You're Casey, you were saying? Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, Steps is saying she's a joke compared to Tech Buzz. I'm like, hey, nah, you're not alone, because you don't want to see my setup.
Yeah.
Well, listen, this kind of stuff, it's not something like, I do this broadcasting I do for a living. I mean, that's part of my day job. I work with the cameras. So you can't compare. Most people don't have this type of equipment in their house. If you did, I'd have to wonder, are you like plotting to take over the world or what? Like, I mean,
Yeah, I ain't got.
are you landing the mothership? I mean, let's just be honest, right? So, but yeah, that was pretty cool. We also, like Steps was saying earlier, this is what it looked like outside. Hear what we had to say. So Toxin,
Is that day one?
what's that?
Day one, is it? That wasn't day one, was it?
Must have been Saturday.
Yeah, it was Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
Yeah, Sunday was
Okay.
really it was way down.
It was then, okay.
But yeah, that's what people were doing. That's why I said I was kind of trapped in my booth, like I was just broadcasting out there, because people would come up and they would stand there with their phones so they could hear what we were saying and listen to the live stream in like 30-second delay. But it was really cool. I mean, it was, and then they wait till we took a break, and then people were like, "Hey, can I get a picture?" And it was a lot of fun. Like, I mean, Matt Astor's Gaming was there. Galaga guy, I met Galaga. I talked to Galaga guy probably for, oh gosh, 45 minutes at least. But again, the memories, Brian, the memories that you get at these conventions to be able to take with you for a lifetime is just unbelievable.
That's honestly what makes it all worth it, because I don't get much time to engage with the show while we're there. I'm running around making sure everybody's having a good time, that the operation's running smoothly. But every once in a while, I do get to stop for a moment and kind of take in everyone around me and what they're doing, and to see like parents' faces like lighten up when they're showing their kid an arcade game for the first time, or a pinball, or a kid playing pinball for the first time, because how often do you see pinball around, or arcade machines, you know? And that honestly is what makes it worth it. I had friends come to PGX last year who I have not seen in person since I was in elementary school.
Oh my!
Really?
And they came and they brought their kids, and they finally ran into me on the floor, and they're like, dude, I know we haven't seen each other in like 20 something, 30 years, but thank you so much for this. And like, that right there is what makes it worth it. You know, my kids, the memories my kids are making running around at the show, playing games, helping with it.
Well, your daughter's skipping homecoming to go to this.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a big deal then. You're a big deal.
I'm not the big deal. I'm not the big deal. Psycho Stick, Essinger, Lame Genie, Gunder Slam, Knights of the Round. They're the big deal.
There's an ulterior motive there. Okay, you just collateral damage.
Yeah.
I mean,
at least she knows the bands. I guess I'm getting old because I have no idea who they are.
Hey, it's all in your mind.
She puts together a wish list just about every year and says, these are the bands I'd like to get here. And last year was Master Sword. We didn't know it was going to be Master Sword's last tour, at least in its current config, or at least in the configuration at that point in time. So we got him here, and that was huge. She was thrilled by it, you know. And then this year, even my wife listens to Essinger. I listen to it too, but like I was really surprised that my wife knew who Essinger was. So yeah, I mean, she's definitely putting homecoming on hold this year. That was her choice. So we told her we'd figure out how to do it, but she's like, you know what? I can't possibly do both, and there will be homecoming next year. I want to do this.
Yeah, my daughter's my daughter's going to homecoming because she's
my daughter
15.
going to homecoming. Yeah.
So we did the math, and we looked back at the school district for the last like 5 or 6 years to see when the homecomings historically land, and then we looked forward and projected where we would likely place PGX moving forward because we already know the dates for next year, even though we haven't released them yet. And so it should never happen again for another 5 years. So she'll be good. She'll be graduated by the time homecoming and PGX align again.
That's awesome.
I just have to worry about my
next year I'll have the baby with us. She'll only be like 7 or 8 years old. Yeah, so it'll be
right.
She'll be the convention baby. Yeah, so
I told my wife too, and she's like, you know, he's obligated to come to Pittsburgh, right? It's not negotiable, Steve.
Listen, I will be back. I would love to come back. I haven't even been there yet, but based on what I've seen, I definitely want to come back. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Just everything in general from what I'm seeing. But guys, I do want to tell you this. I got Moat on here. I just got to pull him in, Moat. So I know you're there. I just got to get you pulled in. So just bear with me. And you're gonna have the wrong name temporarily, but we'll get it squared away here. But listen, if you show up at one of these conventions and I'm broadcasting, you are going to be in the hot seat. I'm going to pull you over. You asked Mad Astra Gaming. As loud as his shirts were, he was louder than me at the event. I'm just saying. I mean, his shirts, they all jumped out and they screamed. They screamed at me. I was almost having to put my sunglasses on. What? Nobody gonna laugh at that? Come on now, you guys.
Gallagher guy wants to know if your baby's gonna have a boot. Tech Buzz baby in Mercury.
Listen, we might do that. You know,
TBB. Tech Buzz baby.
So Mo, you didn't rebrand, right? So I can put Back Alley 7-Eleven, right?
I don't know, man. Michael B did something.
Bill,
maybe back at, you know what I'm saying? Maybe
707.
Back Alley 707.
707, you know what I mean? It's got a logo and everything. Cats in my Discord real quick. So,
you got something to tell me you a military plane now?
Bro, or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Listen. I know I had cargo in the back, you know what I mean, on my body, but I ain't know I was out there just flying cats out or whatever. I'm a 707 out here, big body. So, hey, you know, it's all good, you know.
What's
sorry
up,
for
man?
being charged to the party. Sorry being charged to the party. We got lost in the sauce and talking and stuff, man. But y'all continue. I'm just here putting on chaps.
No,
No
you're good. I'm glad to see you could jump in. So this is Brian. If you haven't, Brian is the owner and founder of the Pittsburgh Gaming Expo. So that's where we're going to be this weekend. And so he was kind enough to jump on in his busy schedule. And basically, I think he's just showing off all his stuff behind. That was the real reason he got on here. Had nothing to do with the expo. He was just.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's what he's doing here. So that's why we're doing this. So
he showed all them boxes off.
Yeah.
Complete inbox.
Well,
Complete inbox.
Let's take a quick break and check out Bill, your buddy Will. What's going on with that?
Here he's got a few interesting pieces of news to share with us, so let's check it out.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Game Time News. Our first story comes from Microsoft, as they've apparently leaked their own documents showing multiple projects in the works, including a look at an upcoming all-digital version of the Xbox Series X. Now, this version is said to be for digital downloads only, as it will not include a disk drive. It will include 2 terabytes of storage, faster Wi-Fi, and reduced power consumption. Now, there are also plans in the works to include a more immersive controller with updated features. Now, these documents apparently detail Microsoft's roadmap for Xbox going out as far as 2030. This new Xbox controller, codenamed Brooklyn, is said to have a cylindrical design to it. And I have to say, I can see the appeal. Why, just looking at this shape, I can imagine that they must have been looking at this from a multi-purpose point of view. When not gaming, you could use this new console as a stand for your child's participation trophy. Or as a vase to hold those flowers you'll need to buy when your wife finds out you spent $500 on yet another gaming system. In a pinch, you could even use it to roll out some dough to make some yummy biscuits. Biscuits. In any case, we'll have to wait on more official word from Microsoft on the validity of these leaks that came from Microsoft by Microsoft. New Wave Toys, the makers of 1/6 scale arcade machine replicas, are branching out into new territory. They've introduced a new line of 1/6 scale vending machine replicas to complement their mini arcade machine line. What started with their Coca-Cola vending machine / mini fridge replica has now been expanded with the announcement of their latest product in this ever-growing line, a replica cigarette machine that doubles as a USB charging hub. That's right. You can relive the glory days of smoke-filled arcades and bowling alleys in the comfort of your own home with these replica machines. It even comes with mini ashtray and lighter replicas to enhance the experience. But I have to wonder, what kind of message are they sending by bringing this product out? And on top of that, how are my G.I. Joes supposed to kick their smoking habit now? Gaming accessory maker Nacon have opened up pre-orders for their new Revolution 5 Pro controller. This controller has been specially designed to work with Sony's PS5, but is also compatible with the PS4 and PC. Now, the big news in regards to this new controller is that it apparently eliminates the issue of stick drift. Stick drift has become an issue for many gamers playing on modern consoles like the PS5 and Nintendo Switch, where the analog stick on the controllers tends to move on its own, or drift, causing issues when trying to play games. Nacon has apparently solved this issue by using Hall sensor technology, a system that uses contactless magnets to detect movement as opposed to the springs and potentiometers of other controllers, which can degrade over time, causing issues. Of course, the downside is these controllers are going to set you back a whopping $245, or about half what you'd expect to pay for the PS5 console itself. And while that may seem excessive, for some it may be a small price to pay for precision gaming. Of course, it remains to be seen just how well these controllers actually perform and if that higher price is warranted. We've reached out to the developer for comment on exactly how well we can expect these controllers to perform. And here's what they told us.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm convinced. Nintendo has announced that the next game coming to the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pass will be the Game Boy Advance game Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Originally released in 2004, the game sees Kirby split into 4 different colored Kirbys by the Dark Meta Knight. He must then travel into the Mirror World to rescue it and pull himself back together. The game includes several minigames that can be played and allows for 4-player local and online play. Now, while most players agree it's not the best Kirby game out there, it's still a lot of fun. And let's face it, anything beats that last group of craptastic games they gave us. Seriously, Joy Mech Fight? In any case, if you ponied up for that online expansion pack from Nintendo, then you can expect to have access to this game coming Friday, September 29th. And that's it for the news. We now return you to your regularly scheduled broadcast, already in progress.
All right, MG, we're sorry about the audio. Bill said he'll fix it next time on that intro. But guys, there's also another trade show that's coming up in October. We want to hit that before we got a little bit of Arcade 1-Up news with Bill and Mo, and then we'll get to a tiny bit, if we have, of some of the pickups from Cleveland, because we had an awesome time. You guys have been following all of us on social media. You know what we've been doing here. I'm not going to rehash all that. But there is some cool stuff that I did pick up that you didn't see. So check this out. This is what's coming up in October.
So we're standing here, we got Rob and his son, Rob Burke. He is the owner of Pastimes Arcades. But Rob, there's something awesome coming up here in October. Tell everybody about what's going on.
Pinball Expo is coming. For those who've never been there before, you've got to see it. Those that have been there, get ready. It's the largest show we've ever had. The vending hall is sold out. Every hotel in the area is sold out that I'm aware of. But there's always a few of them selling. But it's something you've got to see to believe it, guys. We hope you show up, and we hope the young man behind the camera also shows up.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, make sure you guys checked it out. Big announcement's coming.
Be there!
So there you guys have it. There he was. So Pinball Expo, that's coming in October. So make sure if you're interested in coming. I don't know if I'm going to get to go yet. We'll see what they're scheming and whatnot. It's 2 weeks away.
Ooh.
I feel like it's nonstop, guys. Like,
Yeah.
do you go to any other conventions there, Brian, or do you just kind of like after yours is done, you just kind of go into hibernation until next year?
I always aspire to go to another convention. I am insanely busy though, between 3 kids and job. And
I hear that.
running this show. I take my hat off to some of these other show runners. Like I know Mike Coletti with Torg. I feel like he is always going somewhere.
Yep.
And good for him. He's got his first little one, and he make hay while the sun's shining, brother, because they get older and they start sucking up a lot of your time, and you'll love every second of it, but it makes it hard to travel for shows. I definitely have some bucket list shows that I want to get to. And hopefully I'll be able to in the future, and we'll see. But yeah,
Awesome.
Techo here is a big anime con. We were there this year for that. That was cool. Torg, we're hoping to be back at Torg again with the expanded show. Yeah.
Awesome. Bill, there's a great job from Kevin Clausen.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Awesome, guys. And any super chats that you guys put in, we put them toward giveaways. We did give away a bunch of stuff at Cleveland. I got some things that we're going to give away in Pittsburgh. So if you're there, stop by. I always have some cool freebies that we can give out. So one of the other things here, so we were talking about something I picked up really quick, and then we're going to get to some Arcade 1-Up news that happened today. And it's exciting news because it has to do with something outside of just the normal announcements of cabinets and things like that. So we'll get to that here in a second. But this is something I was showing the guys earlier that I had gotten from my buddy over at Game Junction. So check this out. I had seen one of these once before, and I was like, as a Star Wars fan, I want it. So I put a blue LED in there, but when you walk in front of it, the sensor turns on and it lights up red.
Wow.
So it's
nice, man.
It is really nice. And I didn't peel off the film on it. There's a film.
Yeah, leave a film on it.
Looks almost 3D.
Yeah, it is 3D.
It's very cool.
Like there's the cardboard pops out on the inside, so it is 3D inside.
I will put that next to my Star Wars machine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
So, and there's one other thing I have to do. I have to shill. It's in his contract. I have to show it. It's over here. So
contract.
Yeah, it's in the contract.
Yeah,
if you didn't check it out,
there it is.
The Akari Warriors joystick now.
Yep.
Yeah, product placement. It's in the contract. I got to do
to
it.
get mine.
I am going to be buying one of these. Glenn was gracious and gave this to me, but I'm going to buy one, and I'm going to use it as a giveaway here for you guys in the chat room for somebody that wants one. That this will work in At Games. Apparently, they tested it. Yeah. So if you're interested in it, I'll have a video about it. But Glenn sent this to me or gave it to me out in Cleveland, and I did tell him I was going to buy one to support him, but also to give it away to you guys. And then this is the thing that everybody was talking about back there. You see that nice little?
Oh man!
Let me see if I can get. What's that?
I said, and it lights up. That's what I like. It gives you a nice old school glow.
It helps if I get it in focus, right? I'm sitting here trying to. It doesn't want to focus on it. Come on. It's the new Coke one. Come on, focus. It's that whole depth of field.
Although
stuff,
I don't know. I think I might have lost just a tiny little bit of respect for you though, getting the new Coke instead of the.
I didn't have a choice. That's what they gave me. That's what they sent me for review. But my son got the original Coke one. I was kind of jealous. I wanted the Coke Classic, but I'm okay with this. So I'm gonna open it up because everybody's like, oh, you can only get one can of soda in there. Let me show you.
You can get two.
Hey, Mensa, I'm ordering that after this show.
What? Oh, it's got a level.
It's got
I didn't know it had a shelf.
And you could take that shelf out so you could fit a bottle in there instead of the two cans.
Yep.
So I could put a glass bottle of Coke?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
So it's Mo, you got one. What do you think of it?
It's big. It's accurate, you know. But I didn't think it was going to be as big as it is, you know. But,
it is big.
It's sturdy. The little cans, if you throw them at the right velocity, you probably take an eye out or hit somebody in the temple.
Oh yeah,
you know,
they're real metal inside those little cans. Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, they have little miniature cans. I didn't see this.
Yeah, they've been. Wait, I would say this is the part where I say, well, I did a video review, but then like there were 14 other reviews that came out at the same time, and everybody was coked out, and I'm not talking about Jean-Claude Van Damme. So, I'm pretty sure everybody didn't watch it, but yeah, Bill's got a review on the channel.
I didn't do one yet.
I've got one on my channel. I think everybody has
one.
some kind of facsimile of a review, but it's nice. It is. It's really nice. I'm genuinely impressed by it. And I didn't think I was gonna be. So, New Wave Toys. Good job.
Guys, definitely
good job.
check out Moat's review because I think it's the first one you've done for New Wave Toys, isn't it?
It is.
Okay. So
it is the first one. So
he's looking at it with fresh eyes. So be sure you check him out.
Yeah, Step, you ain't getting nothing. Step, you ain't getting nothing. Step.
Oh my God! Why you want her neck like that?
Because she said,
"What you do to you?"
Look, she said, "I don't think they're giving me a Coke fridge when I promote Mountain Dew." That's what I said. You ain't getting
no.
Yeah, you're not gonna get that.
Whole different
oh boy!
I need a
Yikes.
machine.
Oh yeah, Mensa, you definitely drink a lot of tea.
Brian, did you ever see the new Wave Toys stuff?
I'm not sure if I have or not.
Oh, they're like the miniature arcades. They're pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the newest one. This is the.
Let me go to Bill here. Go ahead.
Yes, I've never seen them in person actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but they're very cool looking.
Yeah, this one's pretty cool. They did not. This one they did not send. I know they send a lot of them to me. This one they did not send to me. This one I actually bought. So I will be doing a review of this one in a couple of days. And apparently, this is the new. What color is the dress? Because there's a huge debate on is it blue or is it purple?
Is it pink or is it green?
I'm more worried with how does it play.
It plays really well.
It does. Well, it does, but Ghosts and Goblins is just.
Ghosts and Goblins. It doesn't matter what your format is.
I will tell you. Thank God they put USB ports in the back. You can plug external controllers in. Because it's the only way I could play this particular game.
Wow.
But more in my review.
Yeah, they had a big presence there. They announced that Glenn Planamento and them would be partnering for a future product, which is something that I've been telling you guys was coming, a full-size arcade. I still believe that 100% that that's coming. Shiloh, if you go back and watch the announcement that they had at Cleveland, you could figure out exactly what is coming by what he says and how he says it. So I will put that out to you guys that is 100% true, but they got to get licenses. They got to get all that stuff. And that's why it wasn't in Cleveland yet. Things are moving, but they're a little on the slow side, but it's coming. It's coming. We just don't know what title right now. So, Bill, what was going on? What's new in, what happened with Arcade 1-Up today? I didn't get to watch the 1-Up Update show. Is that the correct name for this? The 1-Update show. Right.
So the main purpose of the show today, really, I think, was just to celebrate 5 years of Arcade 1-Up.
Damn, 5 years.
So so they've been around for 5 years, and that was the big thing. So they spent a little time talking about the past and whatever. They did open it up to. They had some pre-made questions. They had some questions in the chat and whatever. I think some of the big takeaways is that for the first time they've actually confirmed that Scott Baccarat and John D are not with the company anymore.
Oh wow!
So they actually did confirm that on the stream.
So there's no more speculation.
No more speculation.
Nope. Right. It's a thing. Now, whether or not you believe Cyrus when he kind of said, that they decided to pursue other ventures or not is up to your interpretation. Yeah. But that's what they're going with.
They should have did that anyway, so that was good. Yeah. Kudos, Arcade 1-Up.
Yep.
You get an ovation for that. Congratulations.
Yeah, I will say that they were pretty open. I will say they were pretty open with some of the stuff they talked about. Obviously, they talked about there really isn't much else coming on this year, that they're looking forward to next year and some things they have going on. They did bring Travis. Travis is back. Travis is back working with them. Michael B is still going to be working with them, but Travis is also going to be working with them to the full extent. Maybe Moat can answer that. But of course, that was the really big announcement, and I'll let him, Mike, take it from there. But the fact that they're going to be doing these tournaments and that it's going to be hosted by the Back Alley 7-Eleven. So,
well, I thought it was the Back Alley 707. Which is it? Make up your mind.
See, here we go.
Well, no, you said it was rebranded. So which is it? Make up your mind.
I just go here. Listen to the links work. So I guess the Travis thing I can't answer. For me, Travis has been my liaison. He's Patrick Dempsey and Transformers Dark Side of the Moon. Okay, you know what I'm saying? That's who he is for me. That's the best way I can put it. Shout out if y'all got that reference. But no, just like you guys, I heard it today. Officially, it's nice to hear them mentioning that Scott and John are no longer there, man. And it's kind of weird to give them the wish you well in the future endeavors for however long they've been gone or whatever else, right? Even though people reported it, but cool. But as far as I go, yes, I was chosen. Travis approached me to host a series of the next 8 weeks of tournaments to do preliminaries and get finalists so that we can have fun in the community again. Because I've been hosting tournaments for over a year now on the channel. Nobody knows about it because I keep it. It's really low key.
Can you make hats that say make the community fun again?
No, that's
asking for a friend.
No. I will not. But you can take the idea with it, and you can run with it. There will be no MCTF hats around here for me. But because those are almost like the MAGA hats. Anywho, yeah. So we're gonna have fun. Again, it's about. It was good to do the stream so Travis can talk about it where else, right? Do I know what Travis's official role is? No, I do know he's working for the company though, so he does actually like work for him. Again, that's stuff y'all might want to ask him tonight when he's on with Quartercade. I don't want to speak out of turn for him. I can only speak about what I'm doing. And yeah, I'm hosting tournaments and we're gonna have fun. I get access to the A1 Up channel in like a month. So
nice.
So if y'all see it get hacked, it was me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Let me stop that because somebody's actually gonna hack
yeah, I was gonna say somebody's gonna cut that.
Let me stop.
Yeah.
It's community events, man. On every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, Super Game Room dudes, and because it's just fun, man.
How do you enter? How like if I want to do this, how do I do it? What do I got to do?
On the Back Alley 7-Eleven community tab, there is a post up, and I have linked the following tournament, the 4 tournaments for you to sign up and get. It's listed. It's next to dates. Is all that. If you look on the page and whatever else, it's literally all there. All the information's there. I'll have a video up on the main channel tomorrow telling you what you really need to know for those who may have missed today's stream. And let's be real, a lot of people don't watch the channel, whatever else. But yeah, literally you sign up, you click in, all the instructions is pretty simple. All you need is an arcade 1-up that holds the game on the platform to be able to participate, and you have to be in the Discord so that I can communicate. I can call my team. We can call matches whenever you're ready, et cetera, et cetera. And that's pretty much about it. Top 4 is going to be chosen from each tournament to go on and fight in the finals on the Arcade 1-Up official channel. First place from each game is going to get a nice trophy and other stuff that Travis can once again talk about because that's not me. Look, I'm gonna say this again. I said it on my channel, but I'm gonna say it over here. I do not work for Arcade 1-Up. I do not have an NDA. I don't have any of that. I don't know anything that goes on in the background. I'm just a guy.
No, that's cool.
KI Pro. I got sent to KI Pro so I can get a clean signal because sometimes the capture card glitches out when you're showing KI Pro.
Listen.
Because we know what's going to happen. So I just want to say it again.
You don't need to listen. You don't need to explain anything to anybody. That's one thing I learned in Cleveland talking to some of the bigger content creators. You owe nobody an explanation. Listen,
which is true.
I'm proud of you. You worked hard to get.
Good job, man.
Yeah, you deserve it.
I didn't do it. The community did it. And
listen,
again, that's
you're good at what you do. You're good at what you do, guys. You need to get involved.
Yeah, I'm about to say, take some credit there, Mo.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Yeah, seriously,
you've been working hard.
Come on.
Good job.
I got a question for Mo. Mo, I think this is a good. Let's do it. I think that's a good move. I've been wanting to see tournaments on the Arcade 1-Up platform, official tournaments rather. Do you have, or is there any talks that you can speak on to expand that to NBA Jam and to other connected machines?
So I think I did speak about this on the show, right? And so this whole thing is a proof of concept. And so literally this proof of concept is to show that if there's interest, again, people sign up, and even if you don't play, come and watch. Because again, NBA Jam is a perfect example. Like you, the reason I don't have NBA Jam is because there's no spectate. Because I would like to hold NBA Jam tournaments. I know that you have NBA Jam tournaments. You know what I'm saying? So
I would love that.
Add that functionality to NBA Jam. Add it to Mortal Kombat. Again, this is about the community. And if the community shows up for this thing and Arcade 1-Up sees what's going on, like, hey, this is what this is, and Travis can take these numbers like, well, there's this, and the data backs it up. The thing about Arcade 1-Up, it's always about the data with them. That's what I'm learning. So, yeah, like I want to spectate on NBA Jam. I want it on MK, and I want it on Blitz because those are big scenes. I'm proud of the NBA Jam community for keeping that thing thriving, going as much as they have for what little they have. You know what I mean? So, yeah, no, this is literally, it's proof of concept. So it's just like, this works. We need to implement this stuff into current cabinets and future cabinets, whatever they decide to bring out. So,
I have a question for you, Mo.
So, what's up?
Was there any talk about having spectate on the app?
Okay. So,
yeah, that's a good question. Okay. That's a really good question.
Travis. Well, hold on. I asked Travis about that being a possibility. I said, is there a way to backdoor through the APK for that app to be able to just do that? Because that would be game changing. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. But I did ask that because I thought I was like, that's a good idea. Once they announced the app, I was like, dude, like, yeah, just to be able to watch it on the app, that makes things a lot easier for people, especially if I'm not saying you should be able to go into every game and be like, yo, let me click on it and let's watch it in here. But for certain games, you can go in there and let's say they highlight a game over the week or whatever else, right? Let's say they highlight, I don't know, Pac-Man. Let's use Pac-Man, all right? Because there was 5 Pac-Mans and one Pac-Man had a freaking copyright symbol on the bottom of the thumbnail. Yeah, whoever did that was bogus, by the way. But yeah, like let's say somebody wants to watch Pac-Man, they're competing. If there was a way to go through a back door into a server and then just show that and stream it to the app, that'd be great. You know, but
yeah, it would.
Hopefully this works and this stuff works and we get solutions. So again, chat, I'm not asking y'all to subscribe. Y'all ain't got to, but come watch. All right.
Awesome.
And it's fun. It's fun. Yeah. That's all it's about, man. It's just about fun.
Awesome. And it's about it's about community, man. No, it's about community. Go ahead.
I have a return question to you, Messiah. I have a question for you. Where is the Toby mask?
Oh man!
What? Oh, I saw you had a video on what? Is this the early Halloween?
Toby mask on.
There you go.
Yeah. Put the Toby mask on. Yeah.
You supposed to start off with it on.
Right. Yeah.
One eye.
I asked my question. I'm good now.
That's cool. All I see is one eye looking at me.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, this shit.
Well, we're gonna have to wrap this up because we want to. 19K Fox is going live. We want to send everybody over when we get off of here. You guys go over to 19K Fox. He's gonna do a recap of Cleveland and all the shenanigans and everything like that. We're all representing our Cleveland shirt. The next week we'll all be representing our those of us that are going, our Pittsburgh shirts. So make sure you guys tune in for that. It was Brian. It was so great to have you on here and chat with us and
thank you
and hang out with this insanity.
Thanks for having me. It's been great, guys. I really enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing hopefully all of you or most of you in a few days here. So yeah, it's going to be a great weekend.
And if you didn't get your tickets, Tech Buzz 2023, 10% off the already low price, and you can get in. Thank you again, Brian. And Moat, we know you're doing the big tournaments and stuff that's starting this weekend, right? No, he's shaking.
Yeah.
He's like,
I do have that going on.
Yeah.
No, so I had that. There was a video I was going to put out, but now it's going to look like I'm shilling because look, chat. Look, somebody told me some very.
There's no such thing as shilling.
And literally, it was like, yo, screw what everybody else thinks and just make what you want to make. So we're get back to having fun and making content.
That's
man.
right.
So,
that's right. That's
there
right.
You go.
I'll explain. I'll explain when we get off air here.
You know what I'm saying?
And
but yeah, chat. That's it. That's all.
All right.
Sign up.
KC, what do you got going on? You and Mensa, are you going live right after this? You guys got your own show. He's sitting there frozen, I think. Did we lose KC?
Bro, he had.
Either that or
something happened.
I hope he didn't lose. I hope he didn't lose power.
Oh wait, nope. There he is.
Yeah, he's back. He's back. Something happened here. All right, KC. Yeah. KC, what do you got going on? You going live with Mr. Mensa after this?
You know what? Me and Mr. we might do an after party. I don't know. It's up to Mr. Mensa. He 3 hours ahead. I'm in California, so I'm always the last one up.
All right. You guys can check him out. YouTube.com/King Creole 5. I can't even read that, man.
5864.
There you go. Thank you again, Casey. And thanks, guys, man. Let us know. And then Mr. Mensa, thanks for jumping on and hanging out with us here. YouTube.com/Messiah. What is Bill, what do you got going on? Anything special that we got to roll?
Nothing that beats these guys. No, like I said, so yeah, I will have a review up for this either later on this week or over the weekend. And yeah, we'll see what else comes up. But that's basically the main thing planned.
I'm going to Pittsburgh. Gonna have tons of coverage. Gonna have a lot of fun. I still got some videos to create this week. Catching up. But guys, it's going to be a whirlwind. We'll be live all weekend long. Probably testing Friday. We'll be live Saturday. We'll be live Sunday. Going to have a blast. And we'll be back Tuesday for the show again. And we're going to have a lot of fun. Woo-hoo. Guys, until next time, thanks for hanging out. Go over to Fox's channel. We'll see you next time. Keep it buzzing.
Oh, what a long show. I got to use the restroom. What are you doing here? Why are you here? Can't you see a guy's got to do what a guy's got to... You already had me for 2 hours. Like, I got to go. Like, this is scary. The fact that you're here. Just go. Get out of here. Go. Lights out. I gotta go. Come on. You gotta go. Go. Now.
Yo, wait. Yo, what are you doing here? Yo, you see I'm editing a video, right? Like, stream's over with. Y'all don't need to be here anymore. What, you want to help me edit? All right. No, I missed a whole clip, so we just gonna go back through it, all right? See, I'm trying to get stuff together. The stream is over. Y'all ain't got no reason to be here anymore. Y'all should just go away. You know what I'm saying? Like, go away. You really want to sit here? Or do you want to go home? Make a decision. Man.
Oh, man, what a long show. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, time to go to bed. Hello? I think you left this on. Hello? Wow. You guys are all still here? The show's over. That's it. There's nothing left. Go to bed. It's over. Go. No, seriously. That's it. Go to bed. Chicka chicka.